The next issue is what other muscles are worked on the upper body performance days. Well, you have all the muscles that support directly the pressing action of the upper body. Basically those that stabilize the shoulder girdle. I'm talking about the traps, the rear delts, rhomboids, and rotator cuff muscles. These should be worked with the pressing muscles. All these muscles are actually very important on all the upper body pressing. For example, the traps actually perform the first half of the overhead press and also the last part because they stabilize at the top, so they're very important. They're also very important on the bench press because if you want to press for strength, when you unrack the bar, your traps should be shrugged and contracted so you're pressing from a stable base. That's also very important. The rotator cuff muscles, if they're not healthy, you're going to have shoulder problems when you bench press, so they're important. Rhomboids will help you stay retracted, which is the proper bench press position. So all these muscles are very important and should be trained with the performance muscles, the pressing ones. There's 3 ways you can do that. You can either use a staggered set approach. Staggered set approach means that you will do one set of whatever assistance work you want for traps, rhomboids, rear delts, or rotator cuff you want. It doesn't really matter as long as it's a good exercise for these body parts. And you do one of these after a set of your main pressing movements. For example, you do an overhead press, then you switch to a trap movement, for example, before doing a second overhead press set. Now, you don't have to do one assistance exercise after every single set of pressing movement. If you don't feel like it, don't do it, all right? You gotta listen to your body. That's very important. Don't come into the gym and say, I'm gonna do this, 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 and that. Oftentimes, I don't even know which assistance exercise I'm gonna be doing. You know, I'll let my body do the talking. Oh, I feel like my traps are not stable enough, I'm gonna work them. Right? So you can do them after every set if you want, after every 2 sets, after every 3 sets, doesn't matter. As long as you get the volume down. You want some volume for these muscles. You don't have a precise number of sets or reps to do, just get some work done for them. A second approach is to use like 3 or 4 assistance exercise at the end of your workout in the form of a circuit. So for example, you would pick 1 trap movement, 1 rear delt movement, 1 rhomboid movement, and 1 rotator cuff movement. And you would do all these for 1 circuit of max reps. This is the second best option. I feel that for most people, the staggered set approach is better. The circuit version is the second best approach, and it works better for those wanting more size than strength. The third option is, again, to do all your assistance work at the end, but in the form of straight sets. So for example, you pick 2 or 3 assistance exercises, and you do like 3 sets of 8 reps of each at the end of the workout. That's my least favorite option, but sometimes because of the way your gym is set up, that's the only way you can do it. So it's better than nothing, but it's worse than the first 2 options. So that takes care of what I call the synergistic muscles, or the muscle that helps stabilize the pressing muscle. You can also have some isolation work for the main pressing muscle, shoulders, chest, and triceps, which are targeted with the main movements. Personally, I don't do any. My main goal is performance mass. I want to be bigger and I want to be much stronger and more powerful, but I don't care if my rear delts are not fully symmetrical with the upper chest, or if I'm lagging in the lower chest portion, or if my inner chest is not built as much. To me, it doesn't matter that much. But if you're mainly concerned with like fine-tuning your physique for a bodybuilding contest or whatever, then you can add some isolation work for the pressing muscle at the end, either as in the form of a circuit or in the form of straight sets. But they don't have to be included in the workout.